Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to the Work in Progress podcast.
New name
Better name.
is official.
Better name. We needed new energy after last week, anyways.
Yeah. We had a podcast that we had to scrap. Camera ran out of space.
1 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is a goal for yourself for quarter 2?
Oh man. Like a business related. This could be anything. Huh?
Could be anything, but I mean, likely business related.
Getting beach shape.
Yeah,
like just getting killer shape, man.
Tan.
Man, a goal for Q2. Well, I think putting I think we've talked about this before, but like, you know, the new setup that we have going, the new business model that we have kind of put in place, kind of maximizing that, I guess. As far as just like, I mean, everybody knows it. Well, I say everybody. We've talked about it before that we went from being fully creative, photo, video guys into like the marketing space. That transition happened over the last, year. And so I feel like now we're at a point where we can really build off the new foundation we've kind of put in place. And so that's kind of a goal for Q2 for me at least, is just like, all right, take what we know and kind of like scale it. Yeah. Pick up some new clients, maybe work in some new industries, but just copy paste what we already know how to do and help a bunch of businesses with their marketing.
Yeah, I think the important thing that you're kind of mentioning there is the repeatability aspect of what we do now.
Mm-hmm.
And for any business out there, like if your offer isn't easily repeatable, it's really hard to scale it. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's great. It's just ironing out the processes required to really streamline and make our system repeatable for the service we provide to clients.
Right.
But I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's pretty basic, but yeah, I mean, I've just been pretty happy with what we've been doing, working with the clients that we have been. And, we have one client, it's a podcast client, and been working with them for a couple weeks now, and they're growing like crazy. And so it'll be cool to see like where can that go in Q2. So yeah, but just yeah, like you said, scaling what we have going on.
yeah, I mean, I think for myself personally too, and we've defined these roles previous, but I think continuing to, with the way that everything's moving right now, when you look at AI platforms and then the various business ventures that we're kind of involved in, I think, for myself personally, Q2, and I think you're kind of saying this, but it's just kind of like the proving grounds of like the concept, if that makes sense. Like,
Sure.
Q4 last year was very much just like, I mean, whirlwind. I feel like just realizing, I mean, we had realized, but kind of putting the pieces together of like, okay, like this is what this company is going to have to look like. And then had felt really strongly that Q1 was going to be, we were going to dive into it quicker than everything takes. Everything just takes time. So when you look at it, it's like this weekend's the end of Q1,
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you blink, you miss it kind of thing. So I guess for Q2, it's just kind of like a 3-month period of like, okay, let's prove this concept now. Because
Yeah.
I think it's squared away finally.
No doubt. It's kind of interesting too. Like, yes, things take time, but I almost feel like we were ready, and just like the time of year that we kind of made that transition was not the best for us. You're never gonna sign a new client. I mean, you might, but it's just hard to pick up a new client. The weekend of Thanksgiving, or going into Christmas, and then
Yeah.
starting the year off. Just everybody's slow to get back into it. So Q1 is always kind of slow, I feel like.
It's a good time to look internal at like what you're doing.
It is.
But yeah, as far as like,
And we still picked up clients. Like, we were growing through Q1, but not at the rate which I think we'll grow in Q2 at all.
especially with our ideal, like once you figure out your avatar or whatever, your ideal client, and we land on like high ticket service businesses, it's kind of like, well, a lot of those services aren't running full bore mid-January.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's
then
so
there was the
yeah.
ice storm and everything in Nashville.
Yeah. It
So
just got weird.
yeah,
It just got really weird.
it definitely happened really really fast. But yeah, I think that's a great Q2 goal. And like I say, it's kind of the proving grounds. I think the middle of the year almost always is when you look at it. It's like Q1's kind of like regardless of what you try and make it, there's always a sense of like you're ramping up.
No doubt.
Like it doesn't
No
matter.
doubt.
You can hit January 1st and be like, no, like we're hitting the ground running. And it's like, well,
Internally in your business, you can do that, but other businesses are just not ready to do
right.
that.
Yeah. Everyone's kind of doing the same thing of
Yeah.
like, let's take inventory. Let's figure out where we're
Hmm.
at. What do we want to
What
do?
are
What are the
budgets
goals for
looking
the year?
like? Yeah.
Budgets. Yeah. So by the time you get through that, it's kind of like already March and everyone's like, yeah, let's talk.
Hmm.
It's like, damn. So, and
Yeah.
then Q2, Q3 kind of seems to be where it's like everybody's doing the thing,
Sure.
running the business.
A
And then you
hundred
get to
percent.
Q4 and it's almost like, well, it's almost Christmas.
Well,
Like,
and that's the thing too is like, if you have those retainer clients, like you're going to keep working with them through the holidays.
yeah,
But because we made that transition last year, we didn't have any of the retainers.
correct.
So it's like we never had the chance to just maintain for our clients throughout the,
Yeah.
October, November, December, and so it was just weird for us because you're sitting there with not a lot going on, and nobody's really looking to make any moves.
No, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the nature of the beast in the photo video game. Like
hmm
we know so many guys that are pure creative and are awesome at it. And it's always kind of like the end of the year through the start of the next year is always just like getting coffees with
yep,
each other, like
yep,
talking about like what
just
went wrong
networking.
last year, what I
Yeah,
hope to do this year. Like
no, there's no tours going on. Nobody's
no,
cutting new music. Like,
no, hardly anybody's touring.
yeah,
It's not green outside, so the real estate game's really slow
hmm
as far as creative goes. And generally right now real estate's kind of slow. And then yeah, I mean, your service-based clients are kind of like, I'm not going to cut a promo video in February, which makes sense. And so you're kind of just like, you have all these awesome creatives kind of just like sitting on the sideline knowing like it's going to hit April and it's just
hmm
going to get,
it's gonna get
and then you're going to
nuts.
blink and it'll be November
Oh
again,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And
that's the
so,
cycle.
um, yeah, it's interesting.
Hmm
And it's really funny with like every single year. It's like you find yourself getting a coffee and it's cold and it's
Yeah,
Nashville and it's like, guys start talking about building apps or like
it
all
gets
these
really
different
weird for a
ideas.
minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's like, I don't know, I'm gonna do something, and then like it hits June or July, and it's like everybody's back making
yeah,
stuff and whatever. But
yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, that's my Q2 goal or what I'm looking forward to. What kind of organic content should brands be making? So what kind of organic moves the needle? This isn't paid. This isn't boosted. Like
right. Just like what do you
if
need to?
yeah, like say you're a service based business. Like what kind of content should you be making that
Mm,
actually helps your company and just a total waste of time?
mhm. Okay, for service-based businesses, you need well for anybody,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be talking to your ideal clients' pain points. Um, very specifically, I think in organic, especially if you're a service-based business or yeah, we'll start with high ticket service based business. If that's what you do. Like if you're an online fitness coach, if you are a custom home builder, architect, if you're a custom landscaping company, if you're a roofing contractor, your organic content should both highlight your business, like show what you do at a high level. It should make you approachable, so founder forward. People should feel like they know who you are by the time they call you. And three, it should speak directly to the issues that are relevant to your ideal client. So you don't need to try and be viral if
Mm-hmm.
you're building pools in
Sure.
Brentwood, Tennessee. It's actually going to work against you. Your social media platform and the organic content you're making, if you're a high ticket service based business, really should just act like a brochure handout that you might do at a trade show. You know what I mean? Like provide info, build your PR, your reputation, and speak to your clients' wants and needs. That's what you should be doing in the organic as an ideal or as a high ticket. And definitely founder forward is always important. Behind the scenes stuff, like we can sprinkle that in later. because it's really good to show the process and everything, but takes a little more work. Like if you can just start with like what I said, the basics there,
Sure.
that's the best place to start. And then if we were talking about like building a brand, like
Mm-hmm.
if you're selling a product or it's a digital product or like the podcast we work with, like if you're doing media and anything in that realm, I think still the founder forward stuff's really good. The BTS is all the more important there
Mm-hmm.
because people want to see the process and the process is what's interesting. Um like the cold life,
Yeah.
salt and
Yeah. He
pepper
does he
Sam,
does a great
anybody
job
who's
of
not
that.
following should be as
Yeah.
far as founder forward ecom brand builder and the organic content you'd
Mm-hmm.
want to be making. He kills it. Um and the behind the scenes doesn't have to be as nitty gritty as people think. Like a lot of times he'll just talk in his warehouse.
Yeah. He doesn't do hardly any editing.
No, hardly any
And that's
editing.
one thing that like is a great takeaway from him. It's like you're learning things, and it's like it took him maybe 15 minutes to do.
Yeah, and he said that he was paying a videographer
Yeah,
a couple grand a month, and
yeah,
really it just slowed his workflow down and got in the way, and he
yeah,
didn't have the volume he needed. And from the organic standpoint, if you're building a brand like that, for service-based clients, it's different because I think you can make really, really good content and batch it and be totally fine. And it's probably
hmm
what you should do because you're running a business. So like that makes more sense. But if you're running an ecom brand, content for that brand and particularly founder forward content for that brand is like half the job today. If
right,
if legitimately if not more.
yeah,
And so volume there is just huge. And then finding really interesting ways to provide that volume while showing the process of what you're doing is super impactful. And so yeah, for him it's great. Like the BTS is just being in the warehouse talking about that they're American made cold plunge, the only one with the American made chiller, whatever. So that would kind of be a long-winded answer to that.
yeah. No, I think that's a great answer
Yeah.
for sure. Yep.
Anything you want to add or not really?
No, I mean I agree. I think I think a lot of guys get caught up in when they don't know what kind of content to make. Like I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to all this stuff. And I think yeah, the simplest answer is just talk to your phone
Mhm.
and hit pain points.
Mhm.
I think it's the easiest thing you can do. It doesn't have to get crazy. You don't have to pay somebody to come in and do it.
And
Now,
it's super high leverage.
it is. It is. Well,
Like
people feel like they know you, which people want to work with people they know.
yeah.
And so now, if you can, when you're ready to, take your content to the next level, um, if you could be showing what you're doing, like if you can, if you're a roofing service, it's great to have video of your guys on the roof, some
Mhm.
drone stuff, previous work, things like that. But that's a little bit more advanced, and that is paid stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And I think like to separate the two just a little bit. Like if you're building a brand, that's very different than like providing local services.
True.
And so I think for your local service business and clientele, high quality stuff moves the needle more for them than it might Nothing Fancy Co.
No doubt.
is my opinion.
No doubt.
Like if you're like when you look at Southern String Hat Co. Like that was just built on Richie. That
Mm-hmm.
entire brand is just like a
Yeah.
guy's TikTok account.
Yeah.
Like that's the entire business is
Yep.
that. Then they've added in some influencer stuff and some subscription stuff and obviously some paid advertising. And that all compounded, but like that brand was literally just Richie being funny talking to
Yep.
his phone.
TikTok.
But it's also an ecom product. It's a brand.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a custom home builder that builds homes in the Green Hills neighborhood in Nashville, Tennessee, your approach has to be different.
Yeah.
You're servicing a different clientele
Right.
and your goals are different. So I think that's where the differentiation comes of like, even if you are talking to your phone and things, I mean, that's going to be super beneficial, but you still need stuff that presents your business in the light in which your clientele wants to see it. Nobody's asking somebody to build a $4 million house because they just like talk to their phone really good.
Right. Right.
So it is like that kind of, you have to live in both veins there, but yeah, I mean,
But the thing is too, and you can show your work and not have it, not have a professional video photo guy come in and take photos. You know what I mean? You can clip together some videos, on your phone, walking through the house that you just did or showing the roof you just put on. So there's ways to do it. Um, that like, if you own the business, you can take care of it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 100%. Why do you think it's hard to create content?
um, I think it's hard to create content because I think that you don't directly see, at least when you start, you don't directly see like the benefits of it. Like you're not paid for making content. If you have a certain job, like, if you're I mean, even us, man, like we edit for other clients, but like you get paid for that. When you have to do something for yourself, it's free labor, really. And so I think a lot of people have a hard time taking time away from what they do to create content that they're not gonna directly make money from. Um, Now, if you understand how it works, you know that down the line, enough people are going to start seeing it. People will reach out. You understand the importance of it. But I think it can be hard to understand how important it is. If you don't realize how important it is, it's hard to look at it and go like, this makes sense for me to be sitting here creating
Properly
content
invest
right now.
into it.
Yeah. Like if I'm a roofer, why like I would feel like I'm just wasting time like talking to my phone and then trying to edit it and trying to learn the software to post it on Instagram or whatever you're doing. Like I would just look at that as I'm wasting my time. Like this isn't making me money, but putting more roofs on it is making me money. And so I think that's why a lot of people struggle with it is they don't realize how important it is. Would be my answer
Yeah.
to that question.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think it can be hard to I mean, it's like the people that do create at volume talk about it all the time. They're just like talk about what you do. But that's like a really hard thing to like start doing because it's like you kind of have this built-in filter when you get started of like, oh, I like no one will care or I shouldn't really say what I really think about that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of I think a huge barrier to like the start of it. You know what I mean? Like there's an expectation that nobody's gonna care at all. Um, and then also you don't want to misrepresent. Or you're so worried of misrepresenting yourself that you just don't do anything interesting at all when you're
Yeah.
making content. You know what I mean? Like you're afraid to be controversial, but even if it isn't controversial in a sense like that of just like, well, I'm not gonna try and like make a hook. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna make a hook.
Right.
And then on the flip side of that, if you've studied any content and you're actually like, I would make content, then there's just the fear of like, but there's so much that like you hear creators talk about how to create content. You're like, well, there's hooks and there's
Yeah.
thumbnails and
It's a
there's
lot.
what you should just start. If you're in that situation, then the biggest lesson is like just start making content because
Yeah.
it's like working out in the gym. It's like if you talk to Mr. Olympia, he tells you his workout split, you're never gonna start because you're gonna be like, man, that
Mm-hmm.
sounds insane.
No,
Like
that's true.
there's just so much going on, like protein, this, that. It's like if you've never been to the gym, you should just go in there the first time, get on the treadmill, and look around.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
would be
yeah,
your
that's the
best
thing. Like, do
start.
something
You know
pretty
what I
basic.
mean?
The problem is though too is like you can be making content and be getting 200 views, and very quickly you can get discouraged.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
even if you do take that first step and go like, all right, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make content, and then all of your content just keeps flopping, like you can get discouraged from,
Mhm.
you know. And
Yeah.
so that's like another reason why it's tough. It's like even when you do start making it and say that you are trying to be creative, and then you're just looking at your results, and it's like this isn't working.
Yeah.
You know, it will because you'll get better at it. You'll improve if you stick with it. But in the start, it's gonna be kind of rough. Like it's not gonna be. You're not gonna have your hooks down. You're not gonna like understand the process, and so yeah, it can be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time too. That's another reason. Like it's time consuming.
Yep.
Like you work all day. The last thing you want to do when you get home is like make a piece of content.
Yeah. And it does take a little longer than you're hoping it would
It does.
by the time you upload and
Yeah.
everything else. So,
Yep.
yeah. All right.
So
Well, I think that covered it.
yeah. Okay. First off, for those who don't know, what is a lead magnet? But two, what do you think the most effective lead magnet types are.
The most effective lead magnet types.
Yeah.
Okay, well, a lead magnet is a free piece of value that you give away in exchange for info. Across like essentially paid advertising is the most common. So like, I have a free growth guide, I have a free video, training video, I have a free newsletter, like whatever it is. It's a free value giveaway that in exchange you ask for lead info, phone number, email, whatever. And oftentimes you present it in a way where it's like, oh, well, we'll email it to you or whatever it is that you're gonna do, and then you just have the lead info. So if you're a business, like, it's a great way to get lead info, and it works really well. And then those leads, are already warm because they've expressed interest in the free value giveaway. And then it's also, if you're giving away the free value, you're kind of leveraging yourself as an expert by the time you even reach out to them. So if you actually make a good quality lead magnet too, you're only building rapport with your new lead. So that's what a lead magnet is. What are the best kinds? Really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Really good
Right.
lead magnets are the best. Really bad lead magnets are, I'm not going to call them a total waste of time, but definitely more waste of time than they're probably bringing you benefit. I think pending your niche, your lead magnet can kind of vary. Like, if you're a fitness coach, like, you know, a 3-month workout plan split into days with the movements, a calculation for the weight and whatever is a great lead magnet. You send it
Mm-hmm.
as a PDF into an
Right.
email. Then you call and be like, hey, if you want accountability, I do online coaching, whatever it
Right.
is. I think video is probably the best, with the caveat of it has to be good.
Sure.
If your lead magnet video doesn't provide real value, then it's working almost the other direction, because buyers are so hesitant today because of advertising and because of sales techniques that, like, if you just roll out some 3-minute VSL, that's not any good at all.
Right. You don't actually say anything
Yeah.
of value.
If you bring no value to them,
right.
then it's like, well, I'm not gonna follow up with that guy, or
Right.
like when they
it
reach
feels
out.
super salesy, and it feels like you're trying to. The only way for you to give them any information is, they got to sign up for something, or
Yeah.
they got to buy your services.
So I guess what's the best lead magnet is a genuine one.
Yeah.
One that's like actually coming from a place of like, this info will help you.
Right.
And then if we're a good fit, that's great.
Right.
That's the best lead magnet. However you want to present it, it can really vary. We've worked with clients that are doing newsletters that I think are really strong lead magnets for what they're trying to do. Anytime you can build your email list, that's huge. And essentially that's what you're doing with a lead magnet. But
So would you say then a lead magnet, like, it should give somebody value regardless if they use your services or not?
1,000%. That's what a good lead magnet's gonna do. Like, if you're not providing value, regardless of outcome, waste of time, and only hurting your reputation.
Right.
It's like, why are you putting ad spend behind that? Because you're just taking what would have been warm leads and making them go like scam.
Yeah.
That's what
it's
it's
a turn
immediately
off.
what everyone's thinking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I think that's it. I think that is the answer. Like,
Yeah, I'm a big
doesn't matter like how they come, letter, like a sales letter, a video, whatever it may be, as long as it provides value and information.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah.
The packaging of it, we could sit here and go round and round in circles. Like, video's kind of king of all content, but whatever you can provide, as long as there's real value there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for a fitness coach, it's going to make more sense to probably send a PDF.
Right.
So it's like, well, then just do that.
Right.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Quick touch on lead magnet. I like that one. That was good.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. The importance of a cohesive brand voice and or identity. I'm just gonna let you riff on.
How important it is?
Yeah, just like talk about the importance of
I
it.
think it's super important.
The cohesive nature.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think, well, I mean, it's like anything. Like, if a brand, I think it's like innately that's what a brand is. Like, a brand is something that has a look, a feel, their set of beliefs. And if you can't do that, then you're not really a true brand. So it's imperative, I think. I think the brands that are winning or have a very clear idea of who they are, what their style is, where they're going. Um, and I think brands that can't do that, I think you probably haven't heard about them because they probably went out of business. You know, yeah, super important.
Yeah, and the cohesive nature of it is where I think people get lost.
Well, you talking? I guess I'm sorry. Are you saying like everything working together?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking more about like a pipeline, and then
Well, sort of, but just like maintaining the brand voice or the brand identity through it all.
mm,
Because I think where people get lost is all the platforms and then all the different goals with content, and then they try and like change how they present themselves to like meet that algorithm's needs,
sure.
and they do that at the detriment of the brand identity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an easy thing to do because obviously like your content on X is going to be different than your content on Instagram if
Mm-hmm.
you're a brand. But you don't want to lose your brand identity or your brand voice. You just want to make the subtle changes that make it work on that platform. But I think it's really common for people to like you look at their X and their Instagram, it's like, well, these are two like totally different. Our messaging's different.
Yeah,
Our presentation of self is just totally off the wall here.
yeah.
And so yeah, that was kind of what I was getting at.
Okay,
Although I liked your point.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it all has to be cohesive. Like, I think that the quality, from the ads you run to your landing page to what you post on Instagram, like, I think all that has to be consistent. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
got to be the same. Like, if you're gonna run a really high quality ad, but then it takes you to a really garbage landing page that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
make sense, brand colors aren't there, like, that's gonna be a turn off for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a really strong point of the cohesive nature of a funnel for
Right,
sure.
right.
Because we see it all the time with like great ad that runs to running a great ad for a particular product in a line. So let's say it's a boot company and it's like, hey, this is our men's mossy oak bottomland boot. And then the landing page just takes you to like all the boots.
Right,
Or even worse, just like all the products.
right.
It's like,
You're gonna lose people.
that's not gonna work. Which is crazy. And
Yeah,
it maybe worked 5 or 6 years ago, but it does not work today.
yeah,
And that there's statistics that back that up like fully.
yeah. I was listening to these guys talk about like what a solid kind of pipeline looks like, or that sort of system from seeing an ad to going to the landing page, and it's like, if somebody's scrolling and they see like a shirt and pants and shoes and they like the entire fit, like that landing page should take them to where they can buy the entire outfit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not one of the products that are being advertised in that ad, because then you can't find the rest of it. So I think it's super important.
Yeah.
I think people get confused when they think like, well, if I just have one really good thing, then I'm set. Where it's more like everything has to be, cohesive. So,
Yeah. Love it.
all right, last question for you. Let's see. Okay, what is something businesses think they need in marketing but actually don't?
Mm. What is something businesses think they need in marketing, but actually don't? That's a good question.
It's kind of tricky.
Mm-hmm. What is something businesses think they need in marketing? It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of interesting because, like, I mean, all marketing is good, I guess,
Right.
but I see where you're going with it. So, what is something businesses think they need in marketing, but actually don't?
And it can be old school. I mean, it can be like ad in a newspaper. Like people
Yeah,
they
I
don't
mean,
really
no, I
need
mean,
those
no, you
anymore.
don't need
You
that. I mean,
know.
I was kind of gonna go this route. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency,
Mm.
is what I think I would say.
Mhm.
Um, and a lot of people think they need perfection in marketing because they have these grandiose ideas of like one campaign or one commercial, or let's workshop the name and the tagline for 6 months. It's like the nature of marketing today is a volume thing,
Mhm.
and uh, you know, your potential customers or clients are going to start to identify with your brand if you're just presenting it over and over and over again really well.
Right.
But you don't have to be perfect.
Right.
And the idea of perfection in marketing, like if that ever existed, which it used to be more valuable, I think, before today, where it just feels like volume is so imperative. Um, it's just not. It's not necessary. Like perfection is the pursuit of perfection. I mean, yeah, it can be good because it raises you to new levels, but as far as marketing goes for businesses, it can be really bad because it's keeping you stuck and
Right.
it's keeping you from doing enough action to where it's going to work. Like marketing is such a how much are you doing game,
Mhm.
and how much are you doing really well, but perfect's not the word.
Right.
And so I think that so many businesses like, and I think about it with name and with like commercial. That's like really where I think about it. Everyone wants the perfect name, and they overthink that and they get stuck with that for way too long. And then they want like this single campaign video commercial thing that's like this 1.5 minute spot that's
Right.
gonna like drill it for us and just deliver it, and like we're gonna be in the money. And it's like, I mean, that's probably not gonna exist,
Yeah.
especially not at the budget
Gets
you're
gets
working at.
lost in the feed and
Yeah,
then
yeah. It's like
never seen again.
if you have no idea how to build around that, it's a waste of
Mhm.
time. So,
Yeah, I think like too sometimes people get too caught up in the story of their brand,
hmm
um, and don't necessarily like almost go too much into the story and um kind of turn people off because they don't promote the product as much as they promote like this is how we got into doing X, Y, and Z. And this is
hmm
why we started this clothing brand. But it's also like, well, maybe I just want to see the t-shirt.
hmm I,
Maybe I just like the shirt and I don't resonate with what you do at all and I just want to see the shirt. And you're sitting there talking more about the story than you're talking about like what you're actually selling.
yeah, I think you're right for sure, but I think it just comes down to where are you doing? What are you doing where? I guess. Like when you look at it, all comes down to channels because you're 100% right about you can't get so caught up in the I and the we and the how we started and this and that you never really get to the like this product's a good product
Mm-hmm.
thing. But obviously, like we've talked about, like founder and story, like there's still value
Oh,
there.
I'm not saying you shouldn't
Yeah, yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Just saying people might get too caught up in it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, great answer.
Well, I think that's podcast.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Episode 7 or 8, one of the two.
Would be 7, but we have a new name.
Yeah,
So,
we'll figure all that out.
all right. Well, that was episode 7.
See y'all.